Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brooke and I am a former certified Texas Master Gardener here to talk to you guys about stone fruit tree pruning today. I'm super excited about this. What I'm showing today is our peach trees. So these peach trees are going into their 5th year planted on our property. We did harvest our first fruit from them last year. The years prior to that, if they did produce any fruit, first of all, it would have been a small amount, but we also just thinned it off so that the trees could focus on root production instead of fruit production. So today I'm going to go over some of the top tips that we have for pruning stone fruit trees. I'll also leave a video link down below that shows some of the things that we did a year or two after getting into the trees, and this shows how far they've come. So if you guys go back and watch those videos, they're like a couple years old now. And this video is showing like how good they still look years later. So let's get into tip number 1, guys. Timing is everything. Unlike a lot of other trees, these trees' timing is going to be very, very, very important when it comes to pruning. So the rule for these is to prune in late winter or early spring, just as those buds begin to swell. So as you can see, we're actually pruning ours a little late, which is okay. You're more going to be concerned about pruning too early. In the dead of winter, the wounds are exposed to moisture and disease can enter before the tree has any kind of energy to heal them. So it's very important to wait until just as the buds begin to swell to start your pruning on your stone fruit trees. Next, we want to talk about shape. So one of the things that you want to do is you really want to have an open center or vase shape for your stone fruit trees. So these guys love the sun. They love it a lot. Most pros are going to recommend an open center shape rather than a single tall trunk. So one of the things that we did, and if you need more like video on this or you need to visualize it, I would really recommend you go back to that older video because we actually did this in the older video, but you want to remove the central leader. You're only going to do this once on your stone fruit tree. We already did this on ours, like I said, in the older video. So if you need to like visualize removing the central leader, then go back to that older video because you guys will be able to see that. But that is the main middle branch. And when you remove it, it's going to make the tree look like a wine glass or a vase. Okay, so that's sort of the idea and the shape that you're going for. The benefit of doing it this way is it allows the sunlight to reach the middle of the tree. It's going to ripen the fruit and it's going to prevent rot, which are two very important things that you want to do with your stone fruit trees. Next, and this is a rule pretty much no matter what you're pruning, this is going to be a rule for pretty much anything that you're pruning. You want to follow the 3 Ds. So before you do anything else past what we've already talked about, you want to remove the 3 Ds. So this is going to be dead, brittle or brown, damaged, cracked, peeling bark, things like that, disease. Okay, and when you're looking for disease, you want to look for like black knots or oozing sap. Okay, those are the things you want to look for if you're looking for diseased branches. Obviously, I think you guys see the benefit in removing these 3. Dead isn't going to help you in any way. Those branches aren't bringing in any energy or doing anything good for the tree. Damaged is susceptible to diseases, which is why you want to remove it. And then diseased branches are only going to hurt the tree, not help it, which is why you want to remove them. Another thing that you guys want to clear out are the suckers. So these are the ones that grow from the very base of the tree. This is the ones that grow from the root stock. So if you guys don't understand what that means, pretty much at the bottom of your tree, you're going to see sort of like a bump where the tree was actually connected to a root stock at a nursery. So a lot of fruit trees now are connected to root stocks. This is to help trees like do better in certain areas. Sometimes it's to help protect them from certain like diseases or pests that might be around. There are lots of benefits to trees being on rootstocks, but a lot of times the rootstocks are not even the same species of tree that your fruit tree is. So when you see branches growing out from under where that rootstock was attached to your tree, you actually want to remove those because they're actually not even peach tree branches. Okay, so those are just going to steal energy and they're not going to produce, if they do produce fruit, it won't be good fruit. So you want to remove anything that's growing out from the rootstock at the bottom of your tree. You also want to mind the 45-degree rule. So you guys are going to look for branches with a wide crotch angle, about 45 to 60 degrees. These are strong branches. Okay, you want to remove branches with a narrow like V-shaped angles because when the fruit gets heavy, these narrow joints are like most likely to snap. Another thing, guys, I want to talk about is your gear. Sharp tools. Dull blades are going to crush your wood rather than cut it. So make sure that you sharpen your pruning shears before you start. I'll link the pruning shears that we're using. I'll either tag them with YouTube Shopping if they have them available, which they should. If they don't, then I can link them in the description for you guys. If I tag them with YouTube Shopping, they should come up on your screen for you. Another thing that you want to do is you want to sanitize. You guys do not have to get fancy about this. Literally, Lysol disinfecting wipes work. Or you can keep a spray bottle of like 70% alcohol or 10% bleach solution. I mean, this really doesn't have to get complicated, guys. You literally just need to sanitize them. Okay, so you want to sanitize before you start. You want to sanitize in between trees. So you don't want to prune a tree and then just go right to the next tree without sanitizing. And you want to sanitize. Normally I sanitize afterwards as well, just, because I don't want gross things sitting on my branches, especially if I was pruning off any diseased branches or anything like that. So I always sanitize after as well. The really, really important thing though is to sanitize in between, guys, because if you do not sanitize in between and you prune off a diseased branch on your one tree and then you go to your second tree and you prune off branches, you are very likely to spread diseases to that second tree, which we do not want to do. Okay, so it's very, very important that your tools are sanitized. Okay, I am going to link, like I said, our pruning shears. I really like those. They tend to stay sharp for a really long time. We've been using that same brand for like ever, and I absolutely love them. Every other brand I've gotten, by the way, guys, they rust. Okay, so that's why I like these a lot. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Another thing that you want to do, one last tip before I go, is you want to prune off any fruiting branches that are thinner than like a pencil. And there's a reason for this. It's because the fruit will get too heavy and those will also break. They can't withstand the weight of the fruit. The reason that we're pruning off branches that will break due to the fruit is because if they do break, this is not a clean cut, right? And that will also allow diseases and things like that to get in, okay? Because it's not cut properly. Another thing you want to do is you want to always make your cuts at a 45-degree angle. There's a reason for this. I pretty much do this with anything I'm pruning as well. It allows water to not sit on top of the branches, okay? If it rains, if things get wet, water can sit on top of the branches where the cut is, the open cut, and allow it to not heal. By pruning at a 45-degree angle, you eliminate that from happening. So that's why we do that as well. Another thing that you can do if you find that a branch has too much fruit on it, it's really heavy, you can also just thin off some fruit. That is also something that you can do. I do still recommend pruning off those really thin branches because honestly, they're not really good for supporting fruit. But if you notice, you go out there one day and you're like, man, this branch, I don't think it's gonna be able to support all this fruit, but I don't really want to cut the whole thing off. You can just thin off some fruit. And that will help that branch not break. Okay, that's something that I do as well. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you guys have any questions, please drop them in the comments. We're really, really happy to answer. I really highly recommend that you guys go check out that other video that I mentioned. I will leave that down in the description for you guys. Like I said, that's a video from 2 or 3 years ago now, and it's from these exact same trees. Okay, so you guys are gonna see what we did with these trees 2 or 3 years ago that has made them look like this today. Okay, so he talks about all of these tips that I talked to you about today, and he also shows you how to prune off that open center, okay? So, or if you're trying to get that central leader out of there, if you haven't done that yet, he also shows you how to do that in that video. He also talks about the dead, damaged, disease. He talks about all of that as well. So you guys will be able to actually maybe visualize that more and see it more in that video. And like I said, it's going to show what we did 2 or 3 years ago to have the success that we do today. So I'm going to leave that down below. Also, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, guys. Give this video a like, helps push it out. Feel free to share this out with anyone else you know who needs to prune their stone fruit trees this year. And if you're new here, don't forget to click that subscribe button. We really, really appreciate it, and it helps the channel out so much. Thanks y'all for watching, and hope you all have an amazing week.